And the players getting themselves into game mode with the tip-off just moments away. Welcome to this Sunday afternoon edition of the NBA here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Thanks for joining us. And now we take a brief check at the matchups. Our starting five for both teams. And breaking down the game, let's take a look here at Rudy Gay.
And Kevin, when the opposing team is bringing the ball up, they can't get careless when he's on the floor because he will pounce on a lazy pass or a lazy dribble, and he'll be heading the other way in a heartbeat.
And I know nothing fires him up more than a huge jam right in the face of an opponent. I mean, those facials get him going. Don't discount how that can deflate the defender and the other team, too.
This game will wrap up the homestand here for the Raptors. This, of course, the first opportunity to play Portland this season. A year ago, they each gained a victory at home, but couldn't secure a win on the road.
And, you know, this is a team you want to capitalize on when you play them, but that wasn't the case last year. They split 2 games.
Thurmond is in the starting roster for the first time.
You know, with this being the first start of his NBA career, the pressure gets ratcheted up a little bit. The team just is hoping that he contributes, but you never know with a rookie.
But it isn't like he hasn't had pressure on him already. I mean, he was a first-round pick, and that always comes with a heavy burden. So far, I think he's handled everything that's been thrown at him pretty well. After the Rudy Gay trade.
Hello YouTube, this is the Sim Basketball Operator bringing you an NBA 2K14 My Career Commentary. And in this game, as you can see, I am getting my first start of my NBA career as the 7'2" center William Thurmond. And I've been playing pretty well. This is my 10th game, and I'm very happy about how I'm progressing. But today's commentary is going to be focused more on the Rudy Gay trade. As you can see here, posting up and smashing on me. Rudy Gay is one of the more athletic players in the NBA. He's going to be due about 17 mil this year, and has a player option for 19 mil. And the frugal Masai Ujiri, also known as the Messiah in Toronto, decided to move him because he feels that Rudy Gay is too inefficient for that contract. And he actually somehow found a taker. He found the Sacramento Kings, who are under new ownership, and decided that they want to make a big move and see if Rudy Gay can work well with their newly acquired Derek Williams, who's going to start at the 4. And they're very talented, yet sometimes not exactly the smartest player on the court in DeMarcus Cousins. They took Ben McLemore in this past draft, who's going to be their shooting guard of the future, and they're trying to see if Isaiah Thomas can start in this league full time. Main questions being more about his size. So this trade mainly was a salary dump by Toronto. They did get a couple of key role players, I say. I think that Grievous Vasquez is a very talented point guard, much better than the backups that Toronto had, and as a result, DJ Augustine was waived. And I feel that Rudy Gay is a guy who's just really struggling this year due to the fact that the NBA is gearing more towards analytics and looking at more percentage based rather than just volume of scoring. And that's really hurting a guy like Rudy Gay, a guy like Josh Smith. So obviously the Toronto Raptors are kind of moving towards tank mode. I actually think that this trade makes them better because Grievous Vasquez, I think, greatly improves the point guard position. Chuck Hayes, even though he's only 6'6", I think is a definite upgrade over Aaron Gray, who is dealt to the Kings. And so that's just kind of my views. Be sure to leave your trade thoughts in the comments. Obviously this is a pretty big shaker, and I'll be talking more about this trade after this halftime report.
Now, presented by Sprint.
And now get ready for the halftime report. We're happy to be part of your Sunday.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Okay, so for those of you who do not know, I do have a Raptors Association, current gen, keep in mind this, on my channel, and I'm really happy with it. I like how it's progressing. I took a different approach though. I feel like the Raptors have suffered enough losing seasons, and I think that they should be gunning for a playoff spot to kind of just maintain one of the stronger fan bases, I think, in the league. That's just my opinion. Obviously, Ujiri is going the other direction, and I do make a trade in my first season, but it's not with Rudy Gay, who was traded to the Kings, and it's not with Kyle Lowry, who's been rumored to go to New York. Most recently, Raymond Felton's injury deals yet another blow to the Knicks, who lost their second most important player on the team in Tyson Chandler. And the Knicks are obviously really crippled right now. Again, Ujiri has been like the guy who sabotaged their team. They don't really have any picks due to the Melo trade, the Bargnani trade, and a whole bunch of other moves that they have made. And so, even though they're one of the worst teams in the league, with one of the highest salaries in the league, they seem to be destined for failure right now, and they have a really dysfunctional franchise. But Raymond Felton is their floor general, and I don't know who their backup point guard is, which tells you a lot, because that means that they're going to have some problems filling in those minutes, which is why Raymond Felton has been rumored to be moved as an injured player, I think, to Toronto, while New York gets Kyle Lowry.
Come to where the action is. See your Trailblazers up close and personal. Single game tickets are available to make sure you see the bulldozer take on the opposition. Remember, you are the home court advantage.
Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that endorsement. It's one of my favorite endorsements in current gen, and keep in mind next year would be when I'm transitioning to next gen, because this year obviously they're still working on ironing out the kinks in their system, so I'm just going to be working with the current gen modes, which is fine by me. I know that you can get a lot more publicity moving on to that next gen, but right now I just do not have the personal funds to buy that. So moving on, back to Kyle Lowry. Actually, he is a really good point guard, though. I think that he can be the 4th or 5th option on a championship team. He is a pretty good passer. I'm not going to say he's the most willing passer in the world, but he provides a good range on the shot and some pretty annoying defense. So he's a guy that can be part of a winning team. He just needs to come in the right situation. And moving him for the Raptors would be a good move. Continue to drive that tank towards the bottom of the East, which is pretty hard to do. And also see what Grievous Vasquez is made out of, providing more opportunities for the lone go-to guy in Toronto, which happens to be DeMar DeRozan, and also opening opportunities for their center in Jonas Valanciunas. So, in terms of my own association with the Raptors, taking the team in a different direction, you're just going to have to see how that plays out. I do make a trade in this association, you'll be seeing that coming up. In this game, I didn't really talk about it much, but I finished with a double-double first in my career in my first start, so everything is going as planned. And playing with the Trailblazers is a lot of fun. I'm pretty much playing the Robin Lopez role with offense, which could really propel the Blazers to the next level, in my opinion. As you can see, I finished with 26 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, a block. Did have a turnover, a few fouls, but 73% for the field is what I like to see. And this is the Sim Basketball Operator. Hope you enjoyed the video. More of my career and association and path to greatness mode coming up. And I'll see you guys in the next video.
Great game out there tonight. You set your career high in points. Was this just a one-time outburst, or do you see yourself scoring like this on a regular basis?
Yeah, I think this is the kind of performance you'll see from me again. Coach told me to keep looking for my shot, and my teammates did a great job of feeding me the ball. I'm glad I could capitalize on that, and if we keep that up, I'm confident that this won't just be a one-time thing.